Please welcome Jessica Duff.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guest, as David just said, I am an employee at Channel 11, producer and reporter there, and one of the benefits of working at a TV station is that I'm constantly surrounded by interesting and sometimes sad stories. And so today I'm going to tell you guys about one of these stories that I had the opportunity to cover last week. Now, the subject of the matter is both sad and interesting at the same time. It has to do with the oil spill in the Gulf Coast. But what makes this story so interesting is some of the methods and mechanisms that they're using to actually clean up the oil spill. So what would you do if someone told you that all it took to be a hero and a proponent of change would to help clean up the Gulf Coast would just need a few locks of hair? I'm going to tell you about how you can do your part to help clean up the oil spill in the Gulf Coast, or anywhere for that matter, with just a few strands of hair. Most people may not know that the hair clippings from the floor of hair salons or from grooming salons can actually absorb oil. First, it obviously is important to explain why people are using the hair to clean up the oil spill. Phil McCrory, he's actually a hairstylist from Alabama, and he first discovered how hair can help clean up oil. He was shampooing an oily head while watching the TV coverage of the 1989 Exxon Valdez oil spill. He noticed that the Alaskan otters were completely covered and soaked with oil, and it occurred to him, we obviously shampoo because hair absorbs oil. So he began testing how much petroleum oil he could collect with hair clippings from the floor of his own salon. He invented what's called a hair mat, which is made from hair, and then he shipped it off to China, where it was put together in the felt form. Now, hair is also good at soaking up oil because up close, the strands of your hair are sort of shaped like a palm tree. They have those scale-like cuticles on the strands of your hair. Drops of oil are naturally clinging to those cuticles in your hair. A pound of hair can pick up 1 quart of oil in just 1 minute, and that hair can then be wrung out and reused up to 100 times. Now, Matter of Trust is a nonprofit environmental group based out of San Francisco, and with your help, they're doing what they can to help those that are affected by the oil spill, particularly right now in the Gulf of Mexico. This nonprofit is collaborating with thousands of salons throughout the U.S. and abroad, and these salons are donating their hair clippings to soak up the oil spills. Did you know that last year, over 2,600 oil spills occurred across the world? Obviously, they weren't all high profile like the one in the Gulf Coast right now, but all had impacts on the environment and utilized the techniques of the hair clippings. I'm going to pass out a handout that has some more information, pass this down, about the Matter of Trust organization and how the hair clippings are being used right now to clean up the oil spill. Now, clippings that would normally be thrown away are obviously being recycled and shipped down to the Gulf Coast currently to help clean up this massive oil spill. Matter of Trust collects these hair clippings and uses them to absorb the oil all throughout the area. They accept hair of any length and any type, but they obviously want to make sure that it's washed prior to being cut. They don't want the oil from your head already in it before they send it down there. Now, the nonprofit also accepts donations of waste wool, feathers, and natural fibers. These items of fibers can be from pets, from sheep, from basically any type of animal that has hair or fur. There's 2 different ways that the hair is being used. One by making hair mats, which I mentioned a moment ago, and the other is by creating booms. Matter of Trust has been using both of these methods since 1998. Now, the mats are created by weaving the hair and other fibers into the form of a mat. There's a picture on the handout of what these mats look like. And certain factories use what's called a needle punch method to weave these mats together. Now, the machines pound the hair with fast-moving needles, and what the needles do is they tangle up the hair into locks that create a fiber with the look and feel of felt. Now, it's much easier to create a boom. However, it's something that can be done at home by yourself without a factory or a machine. You just need 2 items, hair clippings and pantyhose. You're wondering how. There's a picture of this on your handout as well. You take the hair clippings, you stuff it inside the pantyhose, and it creates a long tube, which is like a boom. These are all tied together and used to sweep along the coast to collect the oil. Did you know that the U.S. has over 300,000 hair salons, and each hair salon alone cuts about an average of 1 pound of hair a day? And also groomers cut about 3 pounds of pet hair a day. You can simply take these clean-cut hair clippings, a pair of stockings, and you can send the hair clippings as well as the stockings down to the Gulf Coast, and they can use it to collect along. Now, there are several ways that you can take part in donating and doing your part to help clean up in the Gulf Coast. As an individual, you can go to matteroftrust.org and sign up. Sign up to find out more information, sign up to find out where you can send donations, or if you don't want to send it on your own, you can go to your hair salon, go to your pet grooming where you take your pets to get groomed, and let them know about it. Tell them to get involved, and they can start collecting and then send in bulk, which actually Matter of Trust prefers to get hair in bulk rather than several individual envelopes. Now, if you are a teacher or if you have a child in class right now, I know we still have a couple more weeks of school, the classrooms can get involved. Teachers can bring a box to school, and if they do cut the kids' hair in class, I don't know, maybe we'll check with the school, make sure that's okay. But the teachers, if the parents have already done it, teachers can have the parents bring those hair clippings to school, put everything together in one bag, and ship it off if you don't want to do it from an actual hair salon. And lastly, if you're a pet owner and you do the grooming yourself, you can take the hair that you collect from your pets, or if maybe you have a large area of land, maybe a farm, go ahead and trim all your pets and your horses and your sheep and everything that you've got right now. Collect that hair and send it in bulk to matteroftrust.org. Now, these are all just a few of the ways that you can be a proponent of change and help clean up the oil spill in the Gulf Coast.